When Gervonta "Tank" Davis stepped into the ring with Lamont Roach Jr., the world expected another dominant Tank victory. Instead, the fight ended in a highly controversial draw, leaving fans, analysts, and even fighters divided. Some say Roach did enough to win, especially with Tank taking a knee in the ninth round, a moment that should have been ruled a knockdown.
Really in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that.
Others believe Tank was simply off his game and will handle business in the rematch. Did the judges protect Tank? Will Roach be even more dangerous in the rematch? And how did Saudi Arabia force this rematch to happen? One of the biggest forces in boxing today isn't a fighter, it's Saudi Arabia.
In Riyadh, in May, the big fight. Don't miss with the lion.
Turki Alalshikh, the chairman of the Saudi General Entertainment Authority, has been reshaping boxing by bringing the biggest fights to Riyadh season, offering fighters massive paydays. After the Tank versus Roach draw, Alalshikh made it clear that a fight like this needs a decisive winner. He pushed for the rematch and insisted it must happen in Saudi Arabia.
I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
At first, Tank was hesitant. He has always made it clear that he sells fights in the US and doesn't need Saudi Arabia's money. But Alalshikh applied serious pressure, speaking directly to both teams and making an offer Tank couldn't refuse.
David, he said to me, send to me 2 Ferrari to play in Saudi Arabia. I said to him,
Gervonta Davis hasn't been shy about his skepticism of Saudi boxing. Before the rematch was finalized, he made some bold statements about how fighters are selling their souls for Saudi checks and that he wasn't about that life. He even refused to take a picture with Turki Alalshikh, unlike other fighters who gladly posed with him at major events.
At that point, do you feel like a responsibility to the sport in America? I know you think about retirement, but it's like things are going rough in the States. Everything's going over there.
Yeah, but it's like people selling that self. Like, even the picture where everybody was in the room. That shit look devil shit. Facts though.
Some coke, right?
Yeah. That shit like some devil shit. Like they sold that soul.
There you go with that.
That was crazy.
Isn't that more the reason why you can't walk away? Like the game.
Yeah, like
When Jay-Z said can't leave rap alone, the game needs me.
Yeah. That is a good way, bro.
But Alalshikh fired back, claiming that Tank had requested luxury gifts in exchange for fighting in Saudi. The message was clear: Tank wasn't in a position to make wild demands.
David, he said to me, send to me 2 Ferrari to play in Saudi Arabia. I said to him, we will send to you 2 gloves if you want to play in Saudi Arabia. That's it.
Despite all the resistance, Tank eventually signed the deal and agreed to rematch Roach in Saudi Arabia in late 2025. Tank originally planned to retire in 2025 after 3 more fights. But this rematch changes everything. The money in Saudi Arabia is too big to walk away from. If he wins, he could be looking at another mega fight, maybe against Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. Tank admitted in an interview that this fight changed his plans and that he now expects to have 4 or 5 more fights before calling it quits. The biggest moment in the first fight was Tank taking a knee in round 9.
But again, it was myself, But I go to the gym and, get back to the drawing board and, train a little harder.
Maybe change the course of your plans for your future.
Yeah, it definitely changed my plans. It definitely changed my plans. I probably got like 4 more fights now.
The referee didn't call it a knockdown, but had it been ruled correctly, Roach would have won on 2 scorecards. Fans and analysts were outraged, saying Tank was protected. Even former champions like Tim Bradley criticized the call, stating that if you take a knee in boxing, the ref has to do his job and call it correctly. For Roach, that moment was proof that he had Tank in trouble. And in the rematch, he knows exactly what to do: pressure Tank, drag him into deep waters, and force the judges to respect his work.
Talk to me about the mental preparation going to this fight with Lamont. Fans, they kind of sleeping on Lamont, but you know Lamont's fighting style. Y'all fought in the past.
People don't know him, but Lamont is a good fighter. Like he ain't no slouch. Like I fought him in the amateurs. Like
This rematch will look very different from the first fight. Tank has the power advantage, but Roach is craftier than people give him credit for. Tank will need to start faster, as he gave away too many early rounds in the first fight. He has to land to the body and use his counter-punching skills to make Roach pay for every aggressive move. On the other side, Roach must keep the pressure up, just as he did in the first fight.
There's a rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight Raya.
He made Tank uncomfortable and needs to do it again. He has to use angles and not stand directly in front of Tank's power shots. If it goes to the judges, he must close strong and leave no doubt this time. If Roach pulls off the upset, it changes the entire lightweight division. Tank's stock would drop. A fight with Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney might never happen.
One thing we haven't seen yet is some of the big Americans, Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson.
I want him, and I send message now from you to Heyman. Let's do job, brother, but Haney, I want to see Haney in my country. And I send message from you now to him. I will try to do it in 24.
And Saudi Arabia would likely push for a third fight to settle the rivalry. But if Tank dominates the rematch, he's back on top and could finally face one of the other lightweight kings.